guys, I'm Howard. This is Nate. Welcome to Lucky Dice Live. Shoot, that music, they might want to listen to that more than they want to listen to us. What do you think?
Probably.
We're going to load it. We're going to have some more sound effects. This system that we got, it's the stuff that was preloaded on there that we're using. Some of it's pretty cool. We'll keep. A lot of it we'll never use. But we're going to load up our own stuff next week. We're going to have Jonathan. Jonathan came over. We found our sound problem. It was one little knob that I think it's really weird. Last week, we tried to fix it when we had the calls, okay? And I think you touched every knob but the one that you needed to touch.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it has anything to do with any of the other stuff.
I agree, but it's still funny. I mean, we were just going click, 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 turn, all over the place. And the one knob we needed to turn to get the volume up was not there. I mean, we never touched it. That's just, what would be the...
I know. Well, it literally doesn't have anything to do with any of this stuff. Like, I even looked it up. On the website, and it doesn't say anything about that knob. It says you're supposed to be using this channel, which this channel has nothing to do with it either. But
well, the funny thing is Jonathan came in, he sat down, and he goes bloop and turns it up even before anything.
Yeah,
and
but
we start using it, and I'm sitting there on the phone, and the phone calls are coming in. I'm like, Jonathan, it isn't doing it anymore. And I'm like, what did you do? He says, I didn't do nothing but sit here. I'm like, Jonathan, you had to. And so we go on and on and on and on. We tested every which way. And he finally says, well, I turned this knob right here.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I don't understand how that would fix it, though, when we had outgoing calls that sounded fine. So it doesn't make any sense that outgoing but incoming. You know what I mean? Like, the outgoing calls should have also been bad.
Well, we tested it both ways. We tested it just a regular call, and we tested it coming through on the Google number.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't saying. I mean, I even had Dennis call me, and it worked just fine. I had him call the Google number.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as I know, everything works just the way it's supposed to, and we can take calls now, and we will. Once we do, I want to tweak a few more things. I want to get our sound effects up. Then I want you and I to sit down and script a show. Where we allocate so much time to everything. Then I want to, professionalize or look a little bit more. Not this so much because I like the way that looks. Yeah. That's fine. But what I want to do, I'm talking about when I'm posting on, we have something that looks okay, but I really want to have something go up on the screen where we're talking about that we're live and you can watch later on YouTube and start directing people. And then I'm going to start pushing that. And we really need people. I mean, I like being on Facebook, but we really need people to start going to YouTube so we get views over there and get subscribers and all that kind of stuff, so we can kind of grow. Because the whole idea is to have a live streaming show that's different than everybody else's, have guest stars, have it interesting, and have it professional. And we're working in that direction. I think it's still pretty good. I think we have some fun, and I think people like turning to us. But a lot of people don't know about us. I want people to start listening to us, and maybe they're in the car and we've already had the show and they can listen to us. I've done that many times with other HeroClix shows, so I kind of hope we do that too. But we still got to work on getting it there, and we're close. I mean, we're closer than we were. We have all the equipment. I think we have more equipment than most shows do. I don't think most shows have that nice of a board. They have a system, but that's just like in a radio station. We got lucky getting that.
Yeah.
That thing's nice. So we're set up for live calls now. We're going to take a call later in the show from Dennis. I think what we should do, we came on earlier tonight because we noticed we kept running out of time. We would like to finish. I'll tell you what, let me talk about HeroClix a little bit. Let's go ahead and let's jump into the set, and let's try to finish the set and then have Dennis call right after we finish the set.
Okay.
Okay, so
cool.
That's our plan for tonight. Local wise, we played since we played in a release event. I hear a lot of people talking about Thanos. Thanos is beatable. Nate won our tournament on Wednesday night. He had a Thanos, but he lost it. He lost his last game. I lost a middle game, and I had a Thanos, and I don't. I may have had. Did I have a better Thanos with a sideline than you did?
Yeah, because you had Thanos on the sideline as well.
And you beat the guy that beat me, but he walloped me. But he had a Thanos killing team. I think he just got unlucky against you.
He only had one prob, and I killed his prob turn one, and so I took him off prob turn one, and so then he was swinging needing eights, and I had prob, so it's like
yeah, but
he just had problems hitting me.
The problem that I had with all right, so the way that Better Ray Bill is probably the best piece in the set to go head to head with Thanos, but he can't do it by himself. He has to have other stuff. So what we were facing in the game that I lost, he had a Doctor Strange. Did he have a Doctor Strange? What did he have?
No, he had Beta Ray Bill, two of the uncommon Iron Men.
I knew
one
that
on
one.
Full points and one on
right. What was his
small
prob that he
points, and then he had a Cosmic Rider.
Okay,
that was his whole team.
Right, and he probably played Cosmic Rider bad if he killed him that quick.
Thanos can travel the whole map. I can hit you even if you're in the back corner with Thanos. You run. First turn I was using sidestep. I sidestep up 2. You still can't get to me. I run all the way across the map and giant reach 3 and smack you because I was going first. So I sidestep up 2 and then run 10 and then swing at you.
Well, you had, and at that point you had.
I did it to Joaquin too. I knocked Joaquin's rider off too. That was his only prob. That's why I beat Joaquin easily too.
Well, at that point you have invincible, so you're not taking the.
Yeah, I'm not taking mystics. That's the other reason why I did it first because then he can't.
That makes sense. He kept his back, and I moved up, and then he used his Iron Man to outwit certain stuff. And even though I was in stealth because I chose stealth, and he just moved Iron Man right beside me and outwit, and then he shot me with the other 2 guys, and I was like in bad shape after that. But anyway, Better Ray with some help can beat Thanos.
Oh, for sure.
And I've had to play against it twice. The first time I played it, I won, but I killed enough stuff, and then I was facing a Doctor Strange, and I was on the last click, and I literally ran from him the whole time. That's the only way I won. But Thanos can be problematic in a sealed event.
There's just a lot of cosmic. There's some deities, but there's just a lot of cosmic. So like, if you pull him, you have a pretty okay chance of getting a good sideline, and then he just chooses a bit. He already has an okay span of abilities throughout his dial, and then you choose a good ability, and he's really hard to hit for a lot of the other stuff in the set.
It's kind of hard to work around him because I mean, it's kind of hard for me to tell you what to do. I don't think that he should be banned because that creates a problem if you pull a Thanos and a sealed, and then that's your big piece, and that means you've just bought 2 boosters and you got one. What do you can't be forced to buy another booster, and the venue isn't going to swap with you. You could say that he can only be played at the 150 point line, but it's still wrong because you're hurting somebody, and he's not really problematic at all except in sealed because most constructed teams can handle him just fine. Yeah. So I don't know what to say about that. I mean, it is what it is. I think the biggest complaint.
I think if you don't get the best stuff like during the pre-release, like I only got Baby Groot, so like I had shape change, which is good. It's one of the better powers you could choose with him, so that you can try to evade things. But I mean, if you miss some evasion, which over the course of that tournament I did, or if you just miss attacks, they outperform you because they have 3 or 4 actions a turn, and you have 1. And if you're not killing somebody with that action, then you're just doing nothing and allowing them to swing at you.
I think the problem is that he's a common, and that
that's definitely
that he's very frequently going to be pulled in the set.
I think it would be. I don't even think you'd have a problem if he was an uncommon. Even
didn't our pre-release we have 5 being played? 6
yeah.
being played. It's pretty nuts. So it can be. I understand how it can be no fun to somebody that has a average team and has to face Thanos.
Yeah, an average team is not going to be able to beat him,
Yeah,
more than likely,
yeah,
unless you have like I guess maybe a brand new player that doesn't even know how to play the game at all. Like maybe if Isaiah came, then it's like Isaiah's not he doesn't play the game frequently,
right.
and he doesn't even really know the rules. So like you could probably pull it off, but even then, he rolls the dice good one turn and he just wipes a figure a figure off.
On the flip side, if you
Like-
play him and you lose, you can't really afford to lose because if you lose, you're getting 0 points.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Is like when you during the pre-release, when the Thanos is won, the other people just got no points. So like,
Well,
it's
vice
really
versa when
hurting
they
people.
lost. If they lost, they had no points. So
Yeah.
there is that. So moving on, I know right now something I wish, and me and Nate had talked about it too, and I was going to go if Dennis went, and then I don't know, I just kind of lost my sales on thinking about it. But there's the King of New Orleans event is going on this weekend, and we got lots of messages. So we'll go through that in just a sec. Yeah, Aaron is telling me, "Boo, I'm not in New Orleans. I'm not." We didn't. If Dennis would have went, I would have went, 100%. And then I've had a lot going on. I got behind because of product being late releases. GTS still doesn't have HeroClix. Still doesn't have HeroClix in the warehouse. And and when I ask them what's going on, when they're going to have it, all they tell me is they're looking into it. We'll know. So let's see. Hi, Nicole. Okay, so Nicole is, I guess you're not in New Orleans also because it was expensive. Aaron is Utah last minute flights are rough. Yeah, Nicole saying, hey, Dennis. So everybody's having a conversation without us. So we're all caught up.
Yeah.
So again, Dennis will be on the phone in just a little while as soon as we go through the review. The King of New Orleans, I think, is going to be a great tournament. That starts tomorrow, and they have 2 different things going on. I know that there's the 2 versus 2 tournament, and then there's also a Modern Age tournament, and I guess they got Battle Royals too. Next week, I think it would be a good idea to maybe have Aaron as a guest, and he can go over if he's willing, and he can go over the King of New Orleans and how it went, who the winners were, and what he saw, and give us a real good take on the 2 versus 2, and if it went well, if there's improvements that need to be made, yada yada. So Aaron,
I think
if
it'd
you're
be cool
listening,
to hear about it. Well, then everybody listening possibly gets another thing they can play.
Yeah, so
if they didn't
we will we'll try to get Aaron on here next week, and we'll go through that. I don't know what his work schedule is or anything, but we'll figure all that out. Other than that, I'm still planning for the Rock Cup and H4H. I haven't announced anything yet. I haven't announced anything purposely. It's not because I'm being lazy or anything, and I've been very busy. I for the first time, and I don't know when, a long time, am caught up. I've got the collections completely done. I've got all my emails and everything all handled. I mean, I'm just caught up. I'm kind of back to normal now. I say that, and I've got another collection that's supposed to be coming in from Texas sometime soon, and I've got more HeroClix coming in, and yada yada yada. Let's talk about Spider-Verse and that announcement. That is not an announcement that I'm really too thrilled about. They bumped it up a couple weeks. Some people think it's because everything being leaked. I don't know that is the truth or not. I feel like I think they were already bumping it up, but what you guys may or may not know is you should know because it got leaked. The reason it got leaked is because somebody got it shipped to them, and they got it shipped to them because it's already in the warehouses. Yeah. As far as I know, in the history since I've been a store venue, I've never known WizKids to have product in hand in the warehouses 6 weeks to 8 weeks before they were going to release it. Ever. Never. That's never, insofar as I know, that's never occurred. I've been doing this for a long time, and I never remember them being in the warehouses like that. So,
They've been kind of behind though.
Yeah,
For a
well,
little while. So I'm wondering if maybe it got to the warehouses because they were behind, so they tried to, okay, well, right now we can at least get this there, and then we won't have to, we can prioritize this other thing that we're trying to get, that's backed up.
well, I think
And now that
yeah.
won't probably ever happen again if that's what they did.
I think that they had a lot to do with it. I think they got Spider-Man when they were supposed to get it. It's in the warehouse, and they're caught up on receiving stuff. And I think they made the decision possibly to go ahead and release Spider-Man at this date, and then everything going after that should be kind of normal, because Smash, what is it called? Smash and Destroy gets released in May, which will be around the Rock Cup. So that's a good little time between. There's. But on the other hand, it's like we just got Collector's Trove, and it's like we got 4 weeks and we're right into another set. So I don't like that part of it, but I understand where they're coming from, and maybe it being leaked also had something to do with it. It's like, okay, it's leaked, we might as well go ahead and release. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've asked somebody that question, and I haven't got an answer yet. If I get the answer, I will let you guys know what was the opinion, what made it happen. But because I'm curious.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what made it happen. It did, and it is, and it's fine. We'll deal with it. We'll live with it. All right. So the reason back to where I was at with the Rock Cup and why I haven't made announcements is because there's a few little things that I'm wanting to release with it. For example, we have a hotel that we work with through the venue that's going to block off some rooms and give a special rate. The hotel is downtown. The hotel is it's going to be good for people to stay at, and it being downtown. Where our venue is, where we're going to be, where Divergence is. That's the name of the venue. Where it's at, it's about a 10-minute drive, if that much, from downtown, and it would be about a 5-minute drive maybe to the hotel. And the hotel is like on the edge of being downtown. So people staying here, Huntsville has got a really nice downtown area to go visit, and there's a nice little lake and ducks and fish and park and everything right downtown. It's called Big Spring, and then there's a bunch of really nice restaurants. There's some places to go eat downtown, and you'll be close to that. But we also have all of that near the venue too. We have nice places to eat and places to go. There'd be on at Stovehouse, which is almost across the street from where we're at. They have a little area where they got a lot of food and some bars and places to go. And they have usually every weekend that I know of, they have a band that goes outside and is playing outside. You can sit and listen to.
Yeah.
So there's things for you guys to do. We're kind of in, I would almost say that where the venue is like in the dead slap middle of Huntsville. You're not too far from anything. It's about, I would say, 10 to 15 minutes from Lucky Dice Cafe, if that tells anybody something. So it's just kind of like close to everything. So I'm looking forward, and at that, and I'm also going to get, the venue is giving me some pictures and videos of the place, and when I make the announcement, I want to do that. Now in the meantime, this is not something I'm going to be announcing. I created an itinerary for WizKids and for Scott to look at. It's different than last year. There's some things I'm removing, some things that I'm adding. I'm wanting to take the regional event that we had on Thursday, which had a good turnout. We ran a rock regional with good prizing. I want to turn that into. I want to pull rock out of it and make it into a complete charity event, and I want to make that into a supercharged seal. So I've asked WizKids for that. Don't know if that's what's going to happen, but that's what I want to do for Thursday. I've also created a beginners, a new, since we're doing this thing with a lot of people bring their family with them, and we're going to be selling we're planning on selling VIG tickets, which I don't have the details already yet either. And it's going to be a family deal where you can buy, meaning that it's, when I say family, it means direct family. It's not going to work for brothers. It's not going to work for cousins. It's not going to work for like that. It's going to be for mom and pop and for kids. That's what I'm considering the immediate family. And what will happen is they can buy one pass, and then everybody in the family will be able to play unlimited VR games for the whole 5 days. In addition to that, there's going to be some prizing that we get, and the prizing is going to well exceed the cost of the price of the VIG. So that's something that we're working on. I've also created a new tournament because I think we're every year we have families show up and they're sitting around. You've seen it. You see, they'll sit out there and they'll wait. You'll have wives, you'll have kids, and everything that aren't playing HeroClix, and they run back and forth. And then also, I want to encourage people to bring their families with them. There's plenty of things for your family to do in Huntsville that are very nearby the venue. Shopping and going out to eat, doing things at Space and Rocket Centers just down the street. Lots of things to do. There's a kids museum that they can go to that we usually partner with. There's lots of things to do, and we're going to add to that list because your kids, your family, while they're sitting there while you're doing your thing, they can play the VR. But I'm also going to run an event. I'm planning on running an event on Saturday, and it's a learn to play event, but it's different than any learn to play event that you guys have ever seen. It's very simple, and I'm working with WizKids and Scott on that. It's called Family is Everything beginner event. So I've got a lot that's going on, and I can't announce everything until it's official, until I got prizing and yada yada, until everybody blesses it. But those are the things that I'm working on behind the scenes, and as soon as we get the things done, we'll post it. It's probably going to come, just like always, it's going to come in pieces. The first thing that we'll do is we'll announce the dates, and where we're at, and give out some information for hotels and the cost and the VIG package. Then the itinerary will be somewhere in there. And probably the last thing to get announced is going to be prizing. It seems to be that way every year. But it will all trickle out. I don't have anything else to talk about. I've talked about enough. Let's go. Let's talk about this. So let's jump right into this. Let's see. Do I have any questions? Hey, George. Well, Nicole, you do know that Nicole, what week are you looking at? I would like to know that answer before I answer you. All right, while you're giving me that answer, we're gonna jump into our chases. So we're on Loki, right?
Yep.
So why do you have Deadpool over there?
Loki's up over here.
Okay.
He's the next one.
All right, so we're jumping into Loki. Loki is I have not looked at him very well, but I've heard people talking about him. So I think he's going to be interesting in how he's played. I heard enough to know that he's interesting. All right, so he is got weird point values. He's got 180, 150, 120.
You have to read his first trait. He's really just you pay 30 points, and every time you get another gem for it.
Okay. So he does something wacky. Nate will go into that, but he's minimum of 30 points, and he does wacky things. He's got something different on all of his dials, which I think has something to do with what you pay for him also. But he's got 6 range triple lightning bolts. He flies. He's his first clip. I'm not even going to go into his powers because it's a rainbow.
Point,
yeah, it's a rainbow of powers on all the way down the dial, and I'm not going to go into it. Actually, if you look at it, that looks like the Joker because it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and they keep rotating back. I'm sure that there's something that's going on here, but
he's
anyway.
A lot like Haha.
Yeah, just like Haha. So let's let now. Does he have the power cosmic? He does. Power cosmic mystics. He's got the typical keywords, except the one that we're not used to. He's got Warp World and Young Avengers. That's different for him. He's got Cosmic Deity, Mystical, and Asgardian, which we would expect him to have. Now,
his first trait during force construction, Loki costs 30 points for each gem token you give him. Minimum 1, maximum 6.
so it's 30 points per gem.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 30 points per gem. He's either 30 to 180 points. And then for each gem token, you may add an infinity gem one shot to your sideline without paying its cost. So 30 points, 186. When Loki takes damage from an opposing effect or knockback damage after resolutions, remove a gem token from him. When the last gem token is removed, KO Loki, protected pulse wave. So he just takes...
Yeah. He takes
damage, but he never dies. He just keeps spinning until you've knocked all of his gems off. So if you play him at 180, you have to hit him 6 times.
Right.
There are downsides to that. Like his first click, he's got ESD and an 18 defense. So like 18 it's not terrible, but it's not like a 20 or a 19 or something.
Well, he's got 18 all the way across.
So 18 he doesn't ever change anything. 8, 11, 18, 3. But so like you run up and hit him close, he's not that hard to hit. So you hit him with something that's really weak and do 1 damage, it still takes one of his gems off.
But it still takes.
But it does take 6 hits.
Yeah, it takes a minimum of 6 actions to hit him.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if you give him,
he's hard to hit too.
Yeah.
When you get into his next trait, trait, shape change, super senses. Safeguard poison, so you can't just run up and poison a bunch. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6 and deal Loki that much unavoidable damage. So he just...
Wait a minute, what is that now? So you roll that every turn?
Yes, at the beginning of your turn.
So you're just spinning the dial, so you never know what he's going to be on.
Right. So...
Sounds fun.
He sounds really fun. I've looked at him multiple times, and I just don't... His stats are always 8 movement, 11 attack, 18 defense, and 3 damage. And his power has changed so frequently. The only thing I can think of is like maybe you put an equipment on him and he is able to do something. But other than that, I mean, I just don't.
Is there anything that we have out there that can manipulate that single die roll to where you get something that you want every time?
I have no idea. I'm sure in silver there is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could use the porters in silver. The one porter you could re-roll that 1 die roll.
Yeah.
Which would be, if you wanted to land on something better.
Yeah.
That's correct. It's May 14th through 18th, and I'm sorry the Trash Pandas are not in town. I will complain to them and tell them you're coming and they need to change their schedule.
Yeah,
Surprised their schedule's even. I guess that makes sense though. It's not too far from. Man, it's almost spring. You know that yesterday was Groundhog Day, I think. Yesterday, the day before.
Yeah.
I mean, it does.
Dennis is wondering if you want him to call to talk about the chases too.
We're going to call, and we're going to call you after this, and after we go through this, so we can go through it real quick. So if we get at 7:05, I think we'll have time.
So do you see anything huge with Loki? Just looking at him.
Well, I think that I don't think 180 is a lot to obligate to him. 30 points, maybe he's not so bad at 30 points.
But he dies after 1 hit of anything. If anything does damage to him.
I thought it would be.
Besides poison.
Wait a minute, it's because he's only got 1 gem on him.
Right.
Yeah.
So like that's what I thought too. Is like maybe 30 points, and then he's got phasing. He's got prob. He's got TK. He's a flyer. He's got a lot of stuff, but then the thing is, he gets breathed on by somebody.
I think I should build a team and play him.
Somehow a time breaker critical hits him and kills him.
Can you heal him?
I mean, you would never be able to because he has to have those gems to stay alive. So I mean, I'm sure you could heal him, but all you'd be doing is fixing his
You're right,
dial.
changing the dial. Anyway, I don't know. It's not something that I think that I would play, but somebody's going to, and I think it'd be very fun.
I think the equipment, if you have an equipment that somehow you need somebody that's really hard to kill for this equipment to be able to do stuff throughout the game or something, then it's maybe feasible. Like he's hard to kill at 90 points or so because you have to hit him 3 times.
Well, I think Dennis wants to be on the call, but I kind of wanted to do a little bit more with Dennis than just talk about this. But he looks like he's disappointed. He made an okay sad. So let's let Dennis get on the phone. We'll let him be on that.
I'll go ahead and pull up.
I can tolerate him for that long, I think. Dennis, call us. Call the number I gave you.
It's like Loki too, though. Like when you play him at the higher ones, like if you're playing him at higher points, like you would think like your higher point character is going to be your damage dealer, but he never gets off of 11 for 3. So like his only clicks that he's doing anything are these two, where he's got range combat and close combat.
Well, I mean, he's got some support stuff, but I mean, you may not even hit the support stuff when you need it. So it's not. I agree.
I like him.
Call Dennis and be quiet. You are too. I can tell.
Somebody will make some big brain team with him. That's really cool, but I just don't.
Well, let's try to go quick through these things so we get done with this tonight, so we don't have to talk about this next week.
Okay.
All right. So Deadpool. He is 70 points. It's not bad. He's got 7 clicks of life. Starts off with running shot. He's a flyer. This is a Deadpool that can fly. He's got running shot, 8 movement. Precision strike, 19 defense, but only toughness. Maybe he has something in his traits. He's got 4 damage, which that's pretty darn good, and he's got prob, which is always good. He's got Delta Corpse. Oh, he's power cosmic. He's got weapon X, X Force, assassin, and cosmic. Dennis is calling.
Dennis.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, Dennis, just hold on a second. I don't think I turned my Wi-Fi on. Hold on a second.
No,
Dennis.
yeah, your Bluetooth's not connected. It's not
let me hook this real quick, Dennis, and I'll tell you to call right back. Go ahead and start going through his
So
trades.
his trades during force construction, you may add up to 3 Infinity Gem 1-shots to your sideline without paying their cost. When Deadpool rolls a 6 on a single D6 roll after resolutions, you may turn a friendly face down Infinity Gem 1-shot face up. He's got an attack power on clicks 3 through 5. That's Blades, Claws, Fangs. When Deadpool uses it, if there are 2 or more face down Infinity Gem 1-shots on your sideline, he may instead roll 2d6s and choose 1 to be the result.
And that would be Dennis. And let's flip him over.
1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, Dennis.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Dennis.
Hey, Dennis.
That's much better. We can hear him just
Hey,
fine.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hear you just fine. So this right here,
All right.
that's what was doing.
Give me a second. All right.
We're good, Dennis.
So, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you, Dennis.
Welcome, Dennis.
Hey, how are you guys?
All right. So everybody, this is the infamous Dennis that I make fun of every week. He's my best friend. He's calling us from Mexico City. I want to ask him some questions about HeroClix and stuff in a little bit, but we're gonna let him jump in and review the set. We're on Deadpool. You've been listening. I think are you through? Or
So he's got a defense power on click 7. It's a stop click. It's stop impervious / free. Turn a friendly face up 1-shot face down without using its effect. If you do, roll a d6 and heal Deadpool equal to the result.
But that's on your turn.
Yeah.
So
I really don't like this character very much.
Okay.
Well,
Dennis, you have a very
Deadpool
odd
is a
voice
very
now.
interesting figure. Can you hear me?
I said
Yeah, we can hear you, Dennis. If you wanna talk about Deadpool for a second.
I'm pretty sure I heard Javi or somebody.
Deadpool is a very interesting figure because if you see his trade, when Deadpool rolls a 6 on a single D6 roll, after resolutions, you may turn a friendly face down Infinity Gem 1-shot face up. Yet, I was looking at the rules forum, and it says that you don't score the 1-shots if they're face up.
So you use them and then you return them
at the end
face
of the game, they're face down. You score them. So Deadpool is slightly better because of that, because it lets you use the 1-shots, the Infinity Gem 1-shots. So lets you use, and at the end of the game, if that 1-shot is face up, he won't. The opponent doesn't score it. So it's interesting.
Yeah, no, that definitely is interesting. I didn't think about it that way. That I still don't like him, even even
Well,
with that. But that
I
is
don't really.
interesting, though.
To me, it looks easy to kill.
I mean, he is. I played against him.
That's my thing. Is I
I've
think
played him
he's easy
twice
to kill.
now,
I
and
think.
you just wipe him in one turn every single time.
Yeah, I think two figures can. I think you stand a good chance of killing him with two figures, except for a stock click, maybe three.
Yeah, you have to hit him.
Probably takes
times.
3 times. I mean, that would take three, but he still seems pretty easy to kill. So I'm not, and he's 70 points. I mean, I don't see somebody. I don't see me spending 70 points on that in a constructed environment. Still, it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, I never said he was an extremely good figure. I just said he was slightly better because of that
Yeah.
that small fact. But
Yeah.
he's a fun piece. That's all I can say.
You bring up a really cool point. I didn't think about that. That is definitely a use for him.
Well,
Where
let's
you
move
use a
on to
bunch
the
of
next
Infinity
one, which
Gems and then
let's move on to the next figure. This is the one I'm kind of anxious to talk about, and the reason that I'm anxious to talk about this one, this is Thanos. I remember Dennis actually sent me a text or something in the middle of the day or night. I don't know which my days and nights, but weeks and weeks ago when the set was coming out, and he goes, "Oh my God, have you seen Thanos? Everybody's talking about him, and he's so wonderful and everything." I said, "Hold on, let me go look at him," and I went. Got on my computer and I looked at that Thanos and I looked at the other Thanos and I told Dennis that I was much more impressed by the common Thanos. But what I do remember is Dennis telling me something about everybody talking about him and that he's going to be the next dark side, and that I think that what he was referring to, you tell me, Dennis, was it the reference to 400 points silver and how he played there? Because Nate has been bad mouthing this guy constantly, thinking that he's not worth 300 points. And so I'm wanting to hear your take on that. But let me tell everybody about him first. He sees through everything, right? He sees
through hindering. He shoots through, he sees through hindering. He shoots through blocking. He shoots through adjacency.
Yeah. So he does.
Yeah, but he doesn't ignore elevated. So that's
Yeah, he doesn't.
I mean, he doesn't ignore everything.
So elevated is the one thing he doesn't.
He doesn't ignore characters either.
Is he He's not a colossal like the other one is. So he's a flyer. He's got 8 speed, running shot. He's very vanilla in the beginning. I mean, he's not that wonderful in the beginning. 8 running shot, 11 energy explosion. He's got invincible, and he only does 3 damage. Now he gets really wicked as he moves on the dial. For example, at the end, he has no movement attack power, but he's got a 14 attack, still energy, 20 defense, shape change with 6 freaking damage. He's also got the 6 freaking damage and outwit, 12 attack, 19 energy shield deflection, and is that mind control? What is that? Or plasticity?
Plasticity.
He's got plasticity mid dial, so his dial's constantly changing, and he of course is power cosmic, and he's got the typical things that we come to expect: Black Order, Eternals, minions of Thanos, cosmic, monster, deity, ruler, scientist. That's what you would expect. And now he's got 11 clicks of health. He's 300 points, and his traits better make him worth 300 points. So tell us about it.
So the first trait I'm going to go over is just Reap, which a lot of the other stuff in the set has. It's just you kill a 30-point character or less, and you score 10 victory points. I actually really like that for constructed and stuff. A lot of people have stuff that's less than that. That'll come up pretty frequently.
I'd like to kill your whole team with that.
And then, so this is the big one. Thanos can use powers printed on his previous clicks as noted on his character card. So on click 11, he really has running shot. He really has plasticity. He has all this stuff before that, which makes him have all these powers.
So he's got all the powers all at once.
Right.
So he's got still energy. He's got.
I mean, guys, if you pair him with Susan on the sideline, he also gets. I mean, he may get the 3. He does have the energy explosion. Well, Zeus.
I think you're cutting in and out.
He was there at the end. I don't know if that was us doing that. What controls
Oh,
his
yeah,
volume
yeah,
again?
Zeus is not very good
Which
for
one
that.
controls his volume? This is us, right? Or is that
That
him?
should be him because that's the one.
Dennis, just talk for a second, just about nothing.
Yes, I'm talking. So, one thing to say to Howard, I mean, and I agree with him. It's not a very. I think the comment that the Thanos comment is actually a bit better for what he does. I
I'm
mean,
with you.
so if you're playing this piece on a modern setting, and you're facing someone that knows his stuff, he needs only count all the clicks until Thanos is KO'd. So he doesn't have any stop clicks. He doesn't revive like Darkseid does.
Yeah.
So even though I think he's good, where I think he's going to shine is going to be in silver. I think,
Yeah.
and not for that much because I think Darkseid in silver is still a power piece, but Thanos, I mean, he may be a very good piece in silver. And one thing I've noted is that if Aaron is still listening, he's going to say that most of these figures, of these 300-point figures, are going to be very good in silver when they rotate.
Yeah.
So that's just funny.
Okay.
So his last trade is during forced construction. You may add up to 6 Infinity Gem one shots to your sideline without paying their cost. When Thanos clears action tokens, you may turn a friendly face down one shot face up.
So you get to keep
I actually think
using
that's
them.
better than Deadpool's
Yeah.
because he just has to clear. Now, I mean,
Yeah, so
if
you get to
if you're
keep
rolling
using them.
willpower, you're not clearing. So
Well, you have a
The
choice.
Thanos is 300 points versus 70 points Deadpool. So
yeah,
Well, the fact though that he's got, I think maybe he's a little bit better than I thought was. So that means he's got shape change all the way in his style. He's got
no. He only has shape change at the bottom. He only gets to use the things previously on his dial.
Ah,
So
I see.
at the
As he
top, he's
loses it-
really bad. He's
I
not worth
see.
300 points the first few clicks at all.
But then he gets invincible mid dials where he's
Yeah.
got invincible
I
energy
think
shield.
his sweet spot is like click like 7 and 8 right there, or click 6, 7, and 8. That's like really his sweet spot. Once he starts getting down there, he's getting where like they can wipe him in one. He's just too close to dying, and they can probably kill him in one turn.
Well, he's going to have invincible. I mean, you can outwit unless
if
you
we're
have-
talking about like 300-point modern or 400-point silver though, like there's going to be Cosmos, there's going to be Blue Beetles, there's going to be things that just he can't use invincible anymore. So then you just spin his dial, and he doesn't come back like Darkseid.
I
So he
agree.
just
I hear you, but I'm just saying I think maybe he's a little bit better.
yeah.
He can one shot stuff when you got six.
At the end of his
clicks.
dial, he definitely can one shot
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, he can. So that's something. All right, well, let's move on to Black Panther. Again, we want to go fast. All right, so Black Panther, he is 125 or 50. He's Avengers, Fantastic Four, Illuminati, Wakanda, Cosmic Ruler, Warrior, Power Cosmic, and I guess that's the Wakanda symbol there. And then he flies. He's a flying panther. He's only got 4 range with 2 lightning bolts. So his range isn't fantastic. He's got running shot. He's got a 12 attack. 12 is good. 19 invincible. That's good on the opening. And he's got 4 prob. That's at the 125 level. If you take him at the 50 level, which is actually pretty good for 50 points, he's only got 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks of life, but he's got hypersonic speed with blades, impervious, and shape change. For 50 points, comparatively, that's pretty good if you look at other 50-point figures.
Yeah.
125 is a little rich, but he's not. But he's pretty stout at 125. So let's see all the goodness that he does with that.
So during force construction,
I actually think this Black Panther could be a very good option for Butterfly at 50 points.
for Butterfly, yeah.
Go ahead.
So during force construction, you may add up to 3 Infinity Gem one shots to your sideline without paying their cost. So the thing that all the chases do, pretty much. His attack power, which he has on clicks 1 to 4, and then he also has on click 9, is Force Blast and Pulse Wave.
Force Blast and Pulse Wave work very well together.
Which at 125, that's running shot, Force Blast, Pulse Wave and Prob is pretty nasty.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
Agreed.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, that's really nasty. He's got a
Yep.
he's got a stop click mid dial, click 5. One click above where he starts his lower point dial. Stop, impervious, super senses. The first time this click is revealed for the rest of the game, Black Panther has, once per turn, you may re-roll one of his single D6 rolls.
That's pretty damn good.
I think that is his best ability right there, where he gets that.
Yeah, I mean...
It doesn't say you can't be healed off that either.
Yeah, so I mean, you can...
So he just gets that for the rest of the game.
It's pretty good. So if you're able to
Yeah,
heal
so and this is also nice because, for example, if they use a trick arrow, I think it's which trick arrow is it? The one that doesn't let you use stops. Even if they use that trick arrow, you still will have that once per turn. You may reroll one of his single D6 rolls.
Right, because it'll still reveal the click when it goes past it.
All right, so that's I like him.
Yeah, I think in Constructed he's really good. I think in Sealed, if you play him at, I mean, really 125. I don't know why you would play him at 50 in Sealed. He's pretty good at 125.
Yeah, I like
but
him.
I think he's pretty good.
That's a chase I like. All right, this is the one everybody wants. In fact, Dennis bought one for me today, so I know that Dennis thinks well of this figure. Just looking at the point value is pretty good, 70 and 30. Don't know what she does yet. She's got Avengers, Brotherhood of Mutants, Midnight Suns, Mystical and Ruler. We're used to that. We're used to her having that. Yeah, those are keywords that we're used to seeing. She's a mystic. We're also used to that. She's got 4 lightning bolts, 4 range. Not fantastic. She's got flight. Most Scarlet Witches do. She's got sidestep on her open. I'm looking at the opening click on at 70 points. Looks. I don't know if you play her at 70, does she? Anyway, I guess we'll find out when you read her stuff.
Yeah, it's a trait.
All right, so she's got sidestep on one side. She's got a special power, energy shield, and 3 prob. Then at her other starting click, she's got running shot, 13 attack. Is that Psychic Blast or Incap?
Psychic Blast.
Psychic Blast, 19 invincible, and 5 damage, which is real stout. And
shape change.
She's got shape change.
That's only if you pay 70 points for her.
Right, it's only if you pay 70 points. So I'll go over that trait real quick. So the first time Scarlet Witch would be KO'd, instead turn her to click number 5, remove all action tokens from her. In this game, Scarlet Witch has Cosmic Energy and this is Protected Pulse Wave. So you only get that click 5 through 7 if you paid 70 points for her, and it's after she goes past click 3.
So that's actually, if you pay 70, you get the whole dial. If you pay 30, you only get those first 3 clicks.
Correct.
Which basically you're just buying prob. All right, so what's her other stuff?
So during force construction, you may add up to 3 Darkhold one-shots to your sideline without paying their cost. These one-shots don't count against your sideline limit. If you do, you can't otherwise add one-shots to your sideline during force construction. Then her attack ability that's on click 1 to 3 is Pulse Wave. When Scarlet Witch uses it, you may choose that all hit opposing characters gain immobile until your next turn instead of normal damage.
All right, Dennis, tell me why you love her so much.
Yeah.
That's probably that.
Attack ability.
Well, I love that Pulse Wave. I think I'm going to use her at 30 because it's a very good support piece. And I love that Pulse Wave because it makes all figures become immobile. You've got she lets you have 9 items or 9 game elements on your sideline instead of 6. So that's good. I mean, you can't choose any other one shot, but I think she's a very good piece, and I would play 70 points. She's like the deceased chases, you know, the ones that go to click number 9 and get all those stats. But relatively, I mean, she's a very good support piece.
Something that's interesting to me, I mean, this is very situational, and you may or may not elect to do it, but if you got all your figures clumped together, you actually could pulse wave. Of course, you may hit your own figures, but everybody takes 1 damage. But theirs become immobile, and yours still aren't because it's
Yours
only
don't take a damage from this, I don't think, because it says instead of normal damage.
Oh,
So it gets rid of all normal
so it's only
damage,
opposing
Yeah.
characters.
and then they all gain
You're
immobile.
right. So you can
So-
pulse wave around your characters.
Correct.
Hmm.
So I mean, if she just and I think something that is really
That's
good
a
with
choice.
her that
That's a choice if you want.
even though she's a support piece, having sidestep and flying, I've learned is very good. Where you can move pieces around with a support piece like this, with the prob is really good.
The only thing I would argue is that she doesn't have very much movement. I mean, she's moving 8, which is okay, but if that was 8 with sidestep, that would be really awesome. All right, let's move on to the next one. Dr. Doom. This is another one I haven't really looked at, but people say maybe is the best chase. I don't know. 225 and 75.
This guy is it's a very good piece, and you'll find out why. But it's very everyone's looking for him. Everyone that I
Well, I
know
have him.
has been looking
I
for
have
him
him.
for their teams.
Well, tell him to send him to me. I have him. 225, 75. He's got Dr. Doom team ability and the Mystics team ability. What's Dr. Doom team ability do now? I think it's the healing.
When this character KOs a standard opposing character after resolution, heal 1 click on a
I like the old
uses
Dr.
team
Doom.
ability.
I mean, basically all they did is they gave him the Fantastic Four team ability, though, that where you heal. The old Dr. Doom was a copycat, which I think maybe he's more useful as that. But anyway, Cabal, Latveria, Armor, Mystical Ruler, Scientist, Warrior. Warrior is a little different. That's not something we typically see out of Dr. Doom, but I mean, I can see why it's there. 8 movement, 12 Psychic Blast, 19 Invincible, and he's got a special power with 4 damage at 225. At 75, Sidestep 10, Energy Explosion 18, Invulnerability 3 damage. And he's got
6 range, 2 lightning bolts.
6 range, 2 lightning bolts. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clicks on 75. Without knowing what he does, I mean, that's a lot of points. 225 is a lot of points, and he's got to do something special at 75 for me to want to play him. So
I don't really see him at 225 being only getting the 4 clicks. Now he is going to be really hard to hit, and you'll figure out why. But so his first trait is Leadership Mastermind. When Dr. Doom uses Mastermind, friendly characters within 4 squares that have the Minions of Doom team ability are considered adjacent to him. At the beginning of your turn, Dr. Doom may generate a Doombot bystander, and you can have 2 of them. The Doombot bystanders.
And the Doombot bystanders have the Minions of Doom team ability.
Yeah.
Well,
so
that's
now
what you're
they're
gonna
4
mastermind
away,
to.
and you mastermind to them every turn. So every turn, you're probably having to kill one of these before you can hit him.
Is he power cosmic?
No.
No. So
No,
he can be
he's not
outwitted.
power cosmic.
So he can be outwitted. That would be the one thing that I would. I mean, yeah, he can mastermind, but hey, I'm outwitting your mastermind, and then all right. So
The Doombots are pretty good. 4 range, 1
Yeah.
lightning bolt, flying, sidestep, 6 movement, 10 attack, ESD, 18 defense.
they're flyers also, so they could carry stuff. They could do
Yeah.
the same thing as Scarlet Witch. They got 6 sidestep,
Yeah.
so they can
Then
carry
got
something.
range combat and 2
Yeah.
damage. I mean,
all right.
so going
What
back to
else?
Doom, his second trait during force construction, you may add up to 3 Darkhold 1-shots to your sideline without paying their cost. These 1-shots don't count against your sideline limit. If you do, you can't otherwise add 1-shots to your sideline during force construction. So same thing as Scarlet Witch. You're getting 3 extra sideline units. His defensive ability, he's got 2 of them on click 4 and click 10. It's a stop click with Impervious. Dr. Doom can reduce penetrating damage. Impervious and reducing penetrating damage is really good. It always is. And then he's got a damage ability from click 1 to click 5. It's Outwit, Probability Control.
Good.
If a friendly 1-shot was used this turn, Dr. Doom may count range and draw lines of fire from friendly characters named Doombot.
That's good. Go back up to the top because I don't think he also has leadership. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yeah, Leadership Mastermind.
Okay. I think he's good. I don't know that he's my cup of tea.
I like him a lot at 75 points. At 225, I don't
Yeah, me too.
see how you play him at 225.
Me too.
He's just too expensive.
Howard, take this into account. Every turn, he's going to be generating the Doombot bystanders.
That's true.
Yeah.
He can use the one shots, and the one shots at the Darkhold. Remember that some of them, if not most of them, need a character to take an unavoidable damage.
Well,
So Doom can just use the Darkhold one shots on his Doombot, and they won't. I mean, he's a very. I think you need to strategize very well with Doctor Doom to do exactly what you need him to do.
I think he's good. I'm with you guys. I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking about how I would play him. Me, I would be generating the Doombots, and I would have a Doombot wall in front of me. So, unless you can shoot through figures, you're going to have to shoot through Doombots. Okay, yes, you can shoot a Doombot, and then you can shoot Doctor Doom, but now that's taking actions. You just taking an action to kill Doombot. Now you have to take another action to possibly move something to outwit. Now you get to actually make a shot at him. That's a lot of things just to hit the 75-point character. And oh, by the way, there's 225 points of something else out there. So yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Is he unique?
He is.
Okay, so it would be crazy if you could have like 4 Doctor Dooms out there. It would just be totally silly. But anyway, I like it. Let's go to the next.
So we're moving to Doctor Strange,
Which I've encountered this guy, and he's he's not bad. I mean, I've not been able to kill him because he's been not my target because I've been having to deal with other things. When I played him, he had Better Ray on the team, and I had to get Better Ray because I didn't want to be outwitted. Yeah. So then I was just dealing with him. So he's 140. 40 is very cheap. 100 points isn't terrible. He's got the Defender team ability, which can come in handy. Mystics, Avengers, Defenders, Midnight Suns, Mystical. That's very typical. He's got three things that Nate will go over. He's got Flight, 5 range, Running Shot, Pulse Wave, 18 defense, 4 damage. 4 is healthy. That's a healthy damage on his 100-point dial. On his lower dial, he's got 6. He's got the same movement speed, but he's only got 11 attack, and it goes to Energy Explosion, Energy Shield, and again a special power, which I'm relatively sure that's prob and something else.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's hear about all of his stuff.
During forced construction, you may add up to 3 Darkhold one-shots to your sideline without paying their cost. These one-shots don't count against your sideline limit. If you do, you can't otherwise add one-shots to your sideline during forced construction. So the same as the other ones. If Doctor Strange was dealt damage by a one-shot this turn, he has free make an attack. I've read the Darkhold one-shots, and a lot of them do a damage to one of your characters. I mean, this is going to come up very, very frequently for him. I mean, like, you're going to be making free attacks fairly frequently, and if you're using the other characters that can flip one-shots somehow, you can be doing that a decent amount. His defensive power...
I mean, the multiple one-shots are just like Nate said. I mean, for example, friendly characters can use regeneration as free. When they do, for each click healed, another friendly character won unavoidable damage. So that's why Doom is good, because if you use this one shot and use regeneration as free, you need only to knock a Doombot, and he goes away. You don't need to deal another friendly character the unavoidable damage for each click healed. No, but that won't work very well with Doctor Strange, for example. No.
Yeah. The free attack from taking damage from those, though, could come up. I mean, that could come up fairly often.
Yeah, one-shots are going to be played. One-shots are, to me,
sure.
They're just a makeover of feat cards that we had years ago. I mean, honestly, that's all they are.
His defensive power that's on click 1 to 3, so only top dial, is Energy Shield Deflection, Invincible, and it's Protected Outwit.
So that's hard to deal with. I mean,
yeah.
That was my problem with attacking him. I was always, even with Thanos, he always had a 20 defense, or maybe a 21, unless I attacked him close. And again, he usually wasn't my primary. And then by the time I got around to attacking him, I was limited to what I could do because of anyway.
And he's mystics, so you hit.
Yeah. So what's his other power? That was the problem.
Damage power from click 1 to 4 is probability control. When an opposing character within range uses Outwit or Perplex, you may turn a friendly face down dark hold one shot face up. So exactly what I was just talking about, where he's able to do this free make an attack, and then when something gets flipped back over, he can do it again. So if you have a way to heal him,
I can't tell.
And Doom the same thing.
I was playing Rick, and I guess he wasn't playing the one shot with him because I was expecting to do that. The first time I faced him, the guy had that card and he was flipping it and doing the free thing. And I don't think Rick understood, or he didn't have the one shot. He should have had a one shot, so I don't know. All right, let's move on to Agatha. We got to get through this. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I want to finish tonight.
It's really only Agatha and then Ultra Chase. So
yeah, unless we want to talk about the one shots, which I guess we can briefly, but I don't really. I don't think we're going to spend another week talking about this. All right, Agatha, 70 points. No other. She's just 70 points. She has Fantastic Four, which that's very unusual. I guess there's a story out there with her being in the Fantastic Four. I don't know it. She's a mystical and she's past. Mystical and past certainly makes sense. She's a mystic, also makes sense. She has 4 range. She does not fly. She lost her broom. She has 7 sidestep on movement. She has precision strike, 11 attack. She has super senses, and then she has a special damage power. All right? She seems very uncomplicated compared to other figures.
Yeah. During force construction, you may add up to 3 Darkhold one-shots to your sideline without paying their cost. These one-shots don't count against your sideline limit. If you do, you can't otherwise add one-shots to your sideline during force construction. So exact same thing.
Yep.
Shape change. At the beginning of your turn, Agatha may generate an illusion marker into a square within range and line of fire. Her range is 4. She can only have 3 of those. Free, place Agatha into a square within 6 squares with an illusion marker. If you do, heal her 1 click and then remove that illusion marker from the game. So I like that. It's just you really have to be planning those out.
Yeah.
But I do think that's a good trait. It's just a trait. And then her damage power that she has on 1 and 2 is Outwit, Perplex, Probability Control. When Agatha uses them, she may count squares for range and line of fire from an illusion marker.
Okay, I like
really
her.
Good.
I like her. I think that she's a great utility piece. She gives you all of it. She gives you perplex and outwit and probability control. She has a way of staying back and still doing things going forward. Yes.
Yeah.
I give this one a thumbs up. I like her.
Yeah. I like her as well.
You there, Dennis?
Yeah, I'm here, and I do like her too because you can give her outwit, perfect, and probability control for 8 squares. I mean, 8 squares away, so that's very good.
And around corners because it's using line of fire as well.
I like her.
Yeah, you mean exactly.
I think she's really good. 70 points. I think she's pretty good.
I think she's very playable. I really do. I think that she's very, very, very playable. All right, so here's the big kahunas. We got the collector. He's our Ultra Chase. He is 200 points. He has 11 clicks of life. You have to play him at 200. You have no other choices. He sees through terrain. He has hindering terrain. He has 6 range, 2 lightning bolts. He has Elders of the Universe, Cosmic, Deity, and Scientist. Some of those are... there's a story here about this collector, but I don't know it. I would like to... We were talking the other day, and it seems like someone told me that the story...
Scott Porter went over it.
Yeah, Scott, what was it? How did he become this?
I don't remember. I know he went over it, but you'd have to go watch Scott Porter's unboxing.
All right, so I don't know the history of him, but this is basically a juked up collector. He's He's got 8 movement, running shot, 12 attack, 19 invincible defense, and 4 damage on his opening click. He's also a colossal, so he's a big guy, and he's got to have some really good stuff with him to be, I think. So Nate, tell us about him.
So first trait, the collector may have any number of equipment equipped at the same time. That's insane. During forced construction, the collector may be assigned up to 3 equipment with a total point cost of up to 30 points without paying for them.
Wow.
That's also ridiculous.
That is.
Opposing effects can't unequip, destroy, or remove equipment equipped to the collector from the game. Also really good with a lot of the stuff going around.
So in Silver Age, because since they wouldn't, what I'm reading, okay, you could put all the rings on him, right?
I don't. So because it's you can only technically assign one thing to somebody at first force construction, and because his says 3,
Right.
I don't think you can assign more than 3 of the rings.
The
I think
rings
it's just,
No,
has a special.
you can't, because it does say that he may be assigned up to 3 equipment with a total point cost of up to 30 points without paying for them. So you can only assign 3, but after the game starts, you can equip any number. You can equip any number of things.
Yeah.
So I mean, the rings also have a special thing on there. It says if you, I don't know if it's something about you can put another ring on it with a ring.
Yeah, you can hold 2 already, but I think really just holding normal equipment with him.
There's lots
insane.
of things.
Being able to hold 3 things for 30 points without paying for them is really, really ridiculous.
Silver Age, he can hold.
I think in Silver he's going to be played.
Oh, I think he will
definitely going to be played in Silver.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good. In Silver, he's really good, and I think in Modern, he's also going to be played, but maybe you need to pick the right equipment, and you need to pick the right support team. You do have 100 points to figure out how you can help him.
In Silver, he meets your Modern Age requirement. He would be your Modern Age half, and then you just build a 200-point Silver with him.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see him.
Because you don't have to pay for his equipment, you can actually put Modern Age equipment on him in Silver, though.
That's right.
So,
yeah.
I mean, that gets around that. So, that's one of the things in Silver that was harder for me to decide, because I liked a lot of the modern equipment better, but that was just because I had them. But
I think we're going to see him. I think we'll definitely see him in Silver. And we may see him in Modern too. I think it's I can see it happening.
Yeah. So he's got a second trait. It's give him a free action, give a collection token to an opposing character, and then power action, make an attack. Instead of normal damage, choose a hit character. If that character has at least 1 collection token, for each 30 points of its point value, KO them. I don't know about that. Instead of removing them from the game, turn them to any click and place them on the collector's card. The collector can use the standard powers displayed on that click this game. When the collector KOs an opposing character after resolutions, he equips any equipment that was equipped to that character. So this is the very bottom of this, I think, is what's important. The rest of this I don't really like that much. I think it'll barely come up. But when the collector KOs an opposing character, he steals their equipment, is really good.
All right, if that character has at least 1 collection, all right, give collection token to opposing character. Blah blah. Make an attack instead of normal.
Well, you're forgetting something, and you're forgetting that Beetlejuice exists.
Oh yeah.
So that collection token to an opposing character will not happen if Beetlejuice is on the map. And I do know there's a counter. There are 2 counters right now for Beetlejuice. However, I mean, that's why you need to weigh the options, because if you do have the Black Panther Legacy card on your team, you can definitely cancel Beetlejuice on the opponent's team. If you don't get the collection token to an opposing character. And Nick, if the other team has a figure of 60 or 90 points, you give them the collection tokens, you KO them immediately without having to attack them. I mean, you KO them. you score those points, and it's not really that difficult. 3 turns or one or bystanders. You just, I mean, and I think he also, I mean, well, uh, bystanders is not that important, but figures, small figures or that 30, 60 points, you just knock them out. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but Beetlejuice is a good counter to this guy, especially for that trait.
I think that the top of the trait. I don't think it's bad. It's not going to come up as much as that bottom part that I was talking. Just when he KOs an opposing character, he just steals their equipment.
I can see this being ridiculous.
He's going to have like 10 equipment on him some
I
games,
know,
and then he's going to be insane.
He's going to get on a roll at some point and attack somebody.
Well, and like Dennis said,
how many lightning
this
bolts
free
does he
action
have?
to kill he's got 2.
Okay, but I mean, there's going to be a point where he's just accumulating a lot of equipment. It's just going to be nuts. I'm waiting. I'm anxious to see that game, as long as it's not against me.
So he's got a defense power. It's a stop click. It's on click 4, 7, and 11. Stop, but only the first time this click is revealed. Invulnerability and super senses. And then free, destroy an equipment equipped to the collector. If you do, roll a d6 and heal the collector equal to half the result.
Holy shit!
So that's
really good because if he's getting all these, if he's got all this stuff,
it's just he has all this stuff, and then okay, cool. I'm just gonna heal myself every time that you hit me.
Yeah, I just give up this ring that cost me nothing. And
so you can have 10 equipment equipped to the collector, but you're not going to use every one of them, but you are going to use them for the stop clicks. Now, it's only for the first time the click is revealed, so you may be able to heal him. But then it's not going to be as a stop. If it lands there, good. But if it doesn't, then it's just going to have invulnerability and super senses.
Right.
I mean, that doesn't make him a bad thing, right? It's just it's things you need to take into consideration when you're playing him or against him.
Well, even if you heal him 1 each stop click, that's still you're adding life and clicks to him. So I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then he's got one more power.
Damage ability on click 1, 2, 4, 7, and 11. It's probability control and shape change, which is
so he's got probability control or shape change all the way through his dial, sometimes both. And
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you or Nate saw this, but I sent you the image about the Sandman iconics.
The what?
I
really can't look at my phone. I can't look at my phone because it's being forwarded. So no, I didn't see it. Let me see. Maybe I can.
So there's this equipment that's called Green Ruby, and it says barrier and shape change. If this character can already use shape change, when they use it and succeed, after resolution, deal the attacker damage equal to the attacker's printed damage value.
That's pretty good.
That's fun.
Where's that from? Sandman?
Yeah. That's from the Sandman Iconics, and imagine that thing equipped to the collector.
I did get that earlier, but I have not read it. Sandman's going to be very popular. I think the Ultra Chase is good. I think that's
I think he is too.
I think he's really good.
Yeah.
All right, so we went over all the figures outside the ones in the LP kit, which I'm not going to do.
Do you want to go over the one shots or the equipment?
We can go over the equipment real quick. We still got 10 minutes, but I don't want to spend in detail on it.
What were you going to talk? Do you want to go over this or talk to Dennis about what you were going to talk to him about?
Well, it's fine. We don't need to talk to Dennis. Let's just go over this.
Okay. So Mjolnir, first equipment. Its qualifying names are Beta Ray Bill, Captain America, Odin, Spider-Man, Squirrel Girl, and Thor. It's indestructible, immobile, unequipped drop, and its effect is Giant Reach 3, shoot through characters, Quake, Pulse Wave. If this character has one of Mjolnir's qualifying names, Mjolnir can't be unequipped, destroyed, or removed from the game by opposing effects. It's 20 points. I like Mjolnir.
I just want to see a collector with both millionaires in his hand.
Mjolnir, Stormbreaker.
Both of no.
The old one and the new one.
Playing Silver Age, you got 2 millionaires and 2 Stormbreakers, 2 millionaires in his hand. That's.
I like this.
Yeah.
If it's a qualifying name, I think it's extremely good. Paying 20 points for it, I think it's a little bit, obviously a little worse, but I mean, it's
Well,
still
right
good.
here it says, so can't be unequipped, destroyed, or removed from the game by opposing effects.
Yeah.
So the collector would not be able to get this one, correct? If he kills another figure, he can't equip it. Is that way?
Well,
I'm
they
reading?
would die, so
It goes
uh,
with him
yeah.
because it can't be unequipped, destroyed, or removed by opposing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't.
Because
think
the
he'd get
effect goes away whenever it drops to the
that.
floor.
The way I'm reading it. All right, Crimson Gem.
So Crimson Gem is indestructible. Its qualifying names are Colossus, Juggerduck, and Juggernaut. It's unequipped drop. It's also indestructible. Its effects are run through, destroy blocking, and then super strength, safeguard, mind control for 10 points.
Which makes sense.
I like this one for 10 points. I don't know how often it'll be
I
played.
think all the equipment in this set is very good.
Yeah.
All the equipment have these little things that make them very very good. I like them all. I don't think that there's a bad equipment in this set, but there are mostly better equipment than others. Like two down. That's a very good weapon.
The only one that I don't see being played very much is the Yaka arrow.
Really, that's one I thought would be played. Let's go to
But-
Stormbreaker next.
Okay, Stormbreaker. It is indestructible. Qualifying names are Beta Ray Bill, Odin, and Thor. Unequipped drop. Its effect is close combat expert and knockback, which is really good. When this character knocks back any opposing characters, any knockback damage dealt is penetrating.
See, I think that's really good.
That is insane.
Yeah,
I,
think
I
that
really
that's-
like this one, and I've been really looking at doing it on Juggerduck because he knocks people back 6. So
Yeah, I think that's really good.
I like the Stormbreaker a lot.
Universal weapon.
Stormbreaker was 10 points. Universal weapon, indestructible. Qualifying keywords are Kree, unequip, drop. Effect, at the beginning of your turn, choose a standard attack power to use until your next turn. It's 10 points. This is more
How
than
much was Mjolnir? Was he 10?
20
Okay, so everything's 10 except for Mjolnir so far.
so far, yeah.
And I
This
think
one
Yaku-
is going to be really played a lot on a lot of stuff. This gives a lot of characters.
I think
Yeah.
Yaku Arrow is going to be. I don't know why you're overlooking that. Let's look at that. Okay.
Yaka arrow. Indestructible. Qualifying names Kraglin and Yondu. Unequipped drop. Effect. When this equipment is equipped, generate a Yaka arrow marker. When this equipment is unequipped, remove the marker from the game. Free. Place the Yaka arrow marker up to 4 squares away from its current square. On a direct line from its current square, deal 1 penetrating damage to an opposing character on a direct line between those squares, and it's 20 points.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I mean, you got the arrow out there that they have to deal with that is constantly moving on the board and can possibly do damage. You could go all the way. I think it's good. I don't know why you think it's not.
Yeah, and you're gonna play it with Yondu anyway, so
Yeah, if you're
It's
playing
good.
it on Yondu or Kraglin, I think it's good, but paying 20 points
I
for it, it's
still
taking
think
up your
that's-
equipment slot. I don't
Still think that that's good because your figure can sit all the way back, and that thing's coming across. You can't destroy it. It's just a marker. You can't destroy it.
Yeah.
It's coming at you all game long. And I mean, if somebody's playing back, it's going to hit them. I think it's great. I like
Alright.
it.
Cosmic Cube. Indestructible. Qualifying names Red Skull and Thanos. Qualifying keywords AIM. Unequipped drop. Its effect. When equipped, place the Cosmic Cube in the circle on the back of the card with the arrow indicator pointed at the effect of your choice. Then free, roll a d6. Turn the Cosmic Cube clockwise a number of effects equal to half the result until your next turn.
It's like a utility belt.
Yeah, it's a utility belt. And then the first one is free. Place an adjacent character up to 4 squares away from their current square.
That's
so
good.
free TK, kind of a little bit worse, but free TK almost.
Well, you're placing anywhere. I
Um,
mean, you don't even have to see the sign. You could
Yeah.
go through a wall.
Yeah. And then free, generate a blocking terrain marker or remove a non-debris terrain marker from within 4
Also very
squares.
good.
The fourth ability is opposing characters within 4 squares can't use the effects of equipment. That is also
Also very
really good. The fourth one is probability control, and
Oh,
this
just a-
costs 10 points.
Just a vanilla
This is
boo-hoo.
this is
That's
really good
good.
equipment. I mean, it's you can use this for so many different things.
Absolutely. I think there's nothing bad.
No. So far, out of all, so universal weapon, I think will probably be used more than this, only because you're being able to choose pulse wave.
I like
stuff.
Stormbreaker.
But the cosmic cube, I think, is going to be so utility driven with people. It's
So what's the Bloodstone do?
Bloodstone, indestructible. Qualifying names are Elsa Bloodstone, Ulysses Bloodstone. Unequipped drop. Its effect is regeneration. When an opposing character would heal, instead they heal 1 click less, and it's 10 points. This also, I like this one. I just don't. It's really just the Elsa, right? That doesn't allow them to heal almost, but it's just 1 click instead of healing all the way, and then you have regeneration the whole time.
It's I mean, if you're playing one of those characters, there's no reason not to put it on.
If you're
there.
playing them and they're not going to be equipped with something else, you just put it on them just to do it, and it helps. I don't know who else.
Can I read the Serpent Crown?
What?
Can I read the Serpent Crown?
Yeah, sure. So we'll go to the Serpent Crown.
All right, sorry. So the Bloodstone is very good, but all right, Serpent Crown, indestructible, qualifying name Namor, qualifying keywords Atlantis, Hyborian. Howard, do you know what a Hyborian is?
That is a Borean that likes to say hi.
Yeah, well, almost. You know who is a Hyborian? Conan the Barbarian is a Hyborian.
Who is?
Conan the Barbarian is a Hyborian.
So you think that this is a hint that we're going to see Conan?
It's not that I think. I am almost sure, and I would love it if in Smash and Destroy we get a Conan the Barbarian hero.
That would be really cool. I'd be very happy with the Conan. I especially like one that looks like Schwarzenegger. Because I will find
Why else would they drop the keyword? So, unequipped drop, effect, mind control willpower. When this character uses mind control, a hit character may be given a close or range as free instead of making an attack.
Well, let me ask you a question
This
about
is
Hyborian. Is there any Hyborian anywhere in HeroClix presently?
I don't think so. I looked up last.
Oh, no.
So
there is.
this is a hint towards something future, and I think you probably nailed it. It's got to be Conan, and I'm thrilled to hear that. I wonder if we'll get more than Conan. Maybe we'll get Sonya and Conan and some of the other characters. Conan's great. I love Conan.
I'm not sure if you knew this, but Marvel had publishing rights for Marvel a couple of years back. They even dropped it into Earth 616 from the main Marvel universe, and Conan was part of a team called the Savage Avengers with Daredevil, Elektra, Punisher, Cloak, Doctor Strange was involved somehow, and I'm not sure. I don't remember who, but and Venom. He was also there. Doctor Doom. I mean, and they all battled this crazy wizard who I never figured out if he was from the Marvel continuity or the Conan continuity, but he was in the Marvel universe making all sorts of trouble. And Conan was supposed to get back to his home world, but he was stuck in the Marvel Earth 616. So I think that's why he has to come out in Smash and Destroy. I am almost sure about it, and I will be very disappointed. Or maybe as an LE. Maybe he will be a limited edition figure. I don't know, but I'm with you on this. I would love to see him as a HeroClix in future sets.
Well, I can tell you that I like Conan. I liked him when I used to read comic books when I was a kid, and I had Conan comic books. I've also read a few Conan novels, so I mean, I think he's a great character. I would have liked, the original Conan with Schwarzenegger was good. I wish they would have continued. I would like to see him go through the different phases when he actually ends up being king and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think that's great. What else, man? Oh, we got.
That's the last equipment.
What is the disc collect? What is
That
that?
is a terrain marker that comes with the OP kit.
I don't think I want to go into all the one shots and stuff. I think
Okay.
let's just call it
So,
there. I think
so
the
there's
auction's
some
about to end.
bystander equipment if you want to look at those.
Yeah, let's look at the other
Um,
equipment.
so-
We're actually.
It's not ended yet.
Yeah,
still
it's going to be
going.
ending any second. They're in
Um,
overtime right now.
There's so far on HC units. There's 4. I think there's 2 other ones that I've seen. There's a flying carpet and then something else, but I don't know what they do. But so Etherean armor is a bystander equipment that is indestructible, unequipped drop, and its effect gives you flying and toughness for 5 points.
Well, there's some. I mean, the toughness I don't really care about, but there are figures out there that would. I'm always like,
Yeah.
damn, why doesn't I need flight? So that
Yeah.
would be pretty good.
So the second one, Biogram Image, is indestructible, unequipped drop, and its effect is shape change for
Shape
5
change
points.
is always good for 5 points. It's real good.
Yep. I don't know how to say that name, but it's a flute, and then indestructible, unequipped drop, and its effect gives you team player, and it's 5
That's pretty good
points.
too. So you're looking at like the ultra chase collector.
Yeah, you just
I
put
mean, I mean, he can pick one of these and he's got it. I mean, you give him, what do you want? I would give him shape change. That's
yeah.
he doesn't have that. So I mean, that just adds to his stuff.
I think he does have shape change most of his.
Does he?
stuff.
Click
I think he has
Let me
prop
see.
shape change.
Is-
I went past him.
Let me see. Well, probably wouldn't put him. Yeah, you're right. Well, I guess I wouldn't put it on him. That'd be a waste.
And then the last one on here right now is Captain America's shield, and it's just energy shield deflection. It's also indestructible, unequipped drop it.
Not bad.
Another one was revealed today. Another bystander equipment was revealed today, which is a flying carpet. It gives the assigned character flight +1 to its movement.
Well, why do we have a
14.2.
flying carpet? Why do we have a flying carpet? Is that a hint at something that's coming too?
Sorry?
Why do we have a flying carpet? Why is that being introduced in the game?
No, I'm sorry, Doctor. You need to go. You need to get near the microphone because I'm losing you.
I said, why do we need a flying carpet?
Oh, okay. Because
What-
it gives you flight and +1 to your movement.
I understand
I
that,
mean,
but
it's
where
not
does
a-
that fit?
The thing is staying, but
Where does that fit in anything that we've got right now? Is that a hint that something else is coming? Are we about to have an Aladdin figure? Because I don't see why we have flying carpet in. It doesn't fit with anything DC. It doesn't fit with anything Marvel that's out there right now. We don't have genies. We don't have Arabian Nights. We don't have anything. Why is
Oh,
why is
I
Ala-
don't-
why is Aladdin? Why is the flying carpet being produced right now?
I have no idea. But that's what the token is called. It's called a flying carpet, and it gives you flight, and it gives you it +1 to your movement. That's all I know. But
Well,
for 5 points, flight and +1 movement.
Well, there's got to be
Yeah,
there's got to be a hint. Maybe that's a reason. Maybe there's going to be Aladdin. It is Disney after all. So, all right. I think that
That's all
covers
of them.
us.
Yeah.
Is the auction is still not ended? Let me see the
No,
mouse.
it's not. Something's still being bid on because it says 48 seconds.
Yeah, somebody's spending money.
Booster 10.
Somebody's trying to give
at
me more
least.
money, so I can't complain. Looks like
What
the
were you
Booster
going to talk
10
to Dennis about?
Well, I was just going to talk about things in general, about what was going on down in Mexico and stuff. I mean, I talked to him and I talked to Saul and his brother Richie quite a bit, and they order stuff from me and everything. And Dennis and I got real excited a few weeks ago about that alliance now. The distributors, I don't know if GTS, because GTS ain't got squat right this minute. I'm very upset with them, but I was going to order this for Dennis and for me and from GTS. They have supercharged supercharged events that you can buy now, and get, and they're supercharged sealed. They're for 20 players, and you get a bunch of prizing. The prizing is pretty cool, okay, but unless we charge, tell me what is the most, Nate, you would pay with decent pricing. So your participation prize would be a zombie Scarlet Witch, and then Dennis Mike can help me a little bit. What was some of the top tier pricing? The auction ended, so we'll jump right into that. Just hold on for a second. I want your opinion on this. What was some of the other? I
All
mean,
right. So
go ahead, Dennis.
yeah. So this particular supercharged field had Black Panther boosters, had Deadpool boosters. Then
I don't care
it was
about
made
that.
for
Just
20
the
people.
pricing.
It was made for 20 players. So you had 20 Scarlet Witches, but you also had Auxxit stores. Let me look at the file because I have it here.
Yeah, I
It
just want to know
had
what the pricing
Auxxit
was.
stores.
What if you're first place? All right, you got a Scarlet Witch for participating. Okay, you got if you're first place, you got 2 retail chase boosters or 1 retail chase booster. I can't remember.
I think it was. Give me a second. I have it here. Here we go. All right. So here we go. It had 20. So for a participation prize was the Sunday Scarlet Witch.
Dennis. Just what do you get for first place?
Then the top 8 players received an Oaking 4. Top 4 received a Hawkeye Skysicle. Finalists received a retail chase booster, and the winner receives an additional retail chase booster. So
like
second
I
place
said,
gets 1.
That's what I said. So you
Sorry?
that's what I just said. So you're going to get for first place, you're going to get Scarlet Witch for playing. You're going to get 2 retail chase boosters. This is just for first place. It goes down from there.
Yeah.
2 retail chase boosters, and you're going to get a Sky Cycle.
Yeah.
You're going to get a
Old
King Thor, and what was the other one? There was one more. Was it there?
The Sunday Scarlet Witch.
No, I'd already. The
No,
zombie.
that was it, I think.
Oh, Scarlet
It was
Witch.
top
Okay.
8 was
All right.
Old King Thor.
All right,
Top
so
4
that's what you're going to get for first place. It's going to be sealed. You're going to play with Collector's Trove, so you're going to get 2 of those, and you're going to get 1 Deadpool booster. So you're buying 3 boosters, and that's your prizing. How much would you pay to play in that? Let me rephrase this. Would you pay $30 to play in that? You're getting 3 boosters.
So when we did the supercharged seal
It
before,
was 45.
I think it was 45.
45.
So I don't think I would go above that. The reason I say that is because the pricing was extremely similar.
Okay, so you
So,
don't think you don't
I
want to
think
pay.
45.
So
would probably be.
would you pay 50 if it was 50?
Maybe.
Would you
I
pay
guess.
$75?
No.
Would you pay $70?
No.
Okay. The only way that we can make money on this is to charge $70.
Man.
Because of what they're charging us.
Okay.
And after we priced it out, we said, no, we're not doing
Yeah.
this. Because I didn't believe that players were going to pay that much. And if
Yeah,
a venue,
I don't think
if
they
a venue charges $45, they actually lose money or they break even at best. I think it's break even, isn't it? That's with no extra pricing or no nothing. It's just not a good deal. I just don't see.
No, I don't think it is because the pricing you did for the supercharged seal. Now that
It
I'm
was
thinking
good.
about it, I think was maybe better than that, wasn't it? I mean, first place.
It was
Maybe
about
there's
the
only
same.
1 retail chase booster given
It
out.
was about the same, but I
But-
mean, we charged $45 and it worked out. I also bought a lot of extra stuff that I was able to price out. There's no extra stuff in this one.
Yeah.
Well, I take that back. There's 4 extra things, but they're old Con LEs that you can do with as you
Yeah.
wish. But I was able to buy a Battle Royal package, and I was able to buy a bunch of stuff that I could sell. And I didn't care whether I sold it there or sold it later. I was going to get my money out of it. This is not giving you any of that. This is this is only for 20 players. So if you
So you have to price it for that because you
Yeah, you
only
price
can
it
have
for
20 players.
yeah.
You can't go up.
Yeah, because if you if you go above 20 players, then you've got to buy more boosters.
Yeah.
And then you can't get more participation pricing. So if you're the 21st player signing in, you don't even get the participation. So it's
the other thing that's kind of just bad about it is like Old King. Not that Old King Thor's bad. I actually like him as a figure, but like he's been around for a second now.
Yeah,
like a
exactly.
lot of people have
exactly.
So like you're talking getting top 8 and getting an Old King Thor. Like you get that for everything.
Exactly. We felt like it was not a good deal. I had to convince Dennis it wasn't a good deal, but I went through it right off the bat, and I'm like, no. Then I called up a few people, and without an opinion, now I didn't do the thing that I just did with you, which backed up what I said. I asked them what they think, and people are passing on this, but I'm told that people are buying this like crazy, and I don't know who they are, but they're idiots. If you bought this supercharged, I love you, Whiz Kids, but the supercharged sealed package sucks. Sorry, it does. As a venue, as a event coordinator, it sucks. Now, if you're wanting to run an event and make no money and spend all day doing it, and you're happy with that, this is the deal for you. This is the package you should buy. You will get players. They will be happy with the pricing. Charge your $45 and walk away from it and just get people in your store. Amen, man, you're good. But that's not what I'm about. That's a venue. It has to make money. They have to pay employees. They have to pay bills, and there has to be some kind of profit there. So if there's not any profit at all, with even a possibility of losing money, that's not something I'm going to do.
And the first thing that a player is going to look at when people play to have fun, so like a lot of people are just going to play regardless. But like the first prizing thing a player is going to look at is, what do I get when I get to top 8?
Yeah.
And if it's something they already have, what is like, unless you know you're going to get to top 4 and you're going to get the Sky Cycle or whatever, like you're just getting something you already have. That's
the zombie Scarlet Witch, Scarlet Witches are attractive. Or don't get me wrong.
I think they're cool.
I think that's attractive, but I don't know. I'm just like you. I would pay $45. I actually would pay $50 for it, because if you think about it, a booster is $16 plus tax here in the store, so that's just shy of 20. I don't really have a problem, because most events there's no tax on, so I don't have a problem with doing 50. That wouldn't bother me.
I don't think 50 is a big deal.
Yeah,
I think once you start jumping like farther and farther, you just start getting into like, there's no way I would play in a $70 tournament.
But you can't make but the venue can't make money at that point. The venue, to make money, is going to have to charge at least 70 to make it worth their while, and then they're making about a 30% profit, which is not bad. I would do it for a 30% profit.
I would make. I was very disappointed to realize when you explained everything to me. So many guys, I need to cut you off because father duties. But I'll talk to you later. Okay?
Yeah, we got to open up the brick anyway.
See you, Dennis. Have a good
night.
night.
All right, guys, we're gonna get the brick opening and.
Thank you very, very much, guys.
Thank you, Dennis.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks, Dennis.
All right, so our call-ins work, as you guys can see, and we will start getting some guests on here. Let me get some stuff off my screen. We do have an ongoing bounty pool that are bounty prizes. As you can see, I'm not going to go over it, but I think that's on camera. We got that much going. I think we've got, the way that we can find this out is to count the legacy cards. So we got 2 legacy cards. So we got 2 bricks worth of prizing here since we give out the last one. I'm putting a 3rd one in that came off of this brick, and then I'm going to add some prizing to it. So we'll start over here. I'm going to grab a Nihilus. That is from, Nihilus is, where is he from? He's from Secret Invasion. I'm going to throw him out there. We're going to throw a Hugo Strange, a DC figure out there. I'm also going to take my ear headpieces off because I don't need them anymore. Nate, you can take yours off if you want to. We don't need it for this part of the show. We only need it when we have people on the air. I mean, so that's much better for me. And then we're gonna add a AI Hulk in there. That's from Incredible Hulk. I see a Iron Man 3 marquee sealed box. We'll add that in there. Let's add in let's add in a T-Rex Legacy, and I'm gonna pick the Emperor Tarot card, and one more thing. Let's get some of this sealed stuff up here. Yeah, we'll do this one. We'll do Captain Avalon out of the Exosword storyline. That should get us going. And so everybody got their. Okay, you were pretty happy with the brick that you got. I know that Joaquin was real happy with the brick he got. He got an Ultra Chase. I haven't heard back from Rick or anything, so I don't know what they pulled. These are all mine?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so without further ado, let's get into this. Good luck, everybody. We'll start off.
We need the bounty figure.
Yeah, we need to do that. I also want to get this spread out a little bit better where we can see things. All right. So first off, we need to pick out a super rare. Nominations start now. We need 2 super rares nominated for the bounty figure. 2 figures out of the set. We got Beta Ray Bill. We got Thor. We got Ronan. We got Ant-Man. We got who else? We got the Bloodstone guy. We got Thor. Here's Juggernaut. There's one I didn't name. We'll go with Juggernaut. Anybody can second that or give me something else? Juggernaut is our first nomination. Who'd you say? Namor, that's another one. Any of those? Feels like when you take off headsets and you've been in for a while, it's like taking off a jacket. All right, there's a second Juggernaut. Yeah. So Juggernaut is somebody else was nominating, but you were too slow. They said Beta Ray Bill. We try that for the next one, I guess. But right now it is Juggernaut. Hopefully somebody wins this right off the bat. We're going to start off with booster number 1. Good luck. And here we go. Juggernaut. Juggernaut it is. And this looks very familiar to me. This is something somebody would be happy with pulling in that sealed event for sure. You got Hala, the Accuser. You got a Shield Agent. Uncommon, common. Then you got a Groot rare. You got a Collector rare. You got a one-shot, I must have it. And you have the infamous Thanos common.
All right, booster number 2. You've got a common Swarm of Ants. You've got the common Thanos. You've got a common Thieves Guild member, an uncommon Nebula. You've got a rare Winter Soldier. And then you've got the Evil Entwinement one-shot.
Look at that. Everybody wanted Juggernaut except for Juggernaut. Everybody wants to see Juggernaut. I haven't got to play with him yet.
I haven't either. I played against him. Joaquin had him.
Yeah?
And he did nothing. It's hard to do something against Thanos.
All right, one shot to me, my hammer. You have a Baby Groot, common. A Star-Lord, uncommon. An Iron Man, Sentry. And Drax, rare, which me and Nate both like. And you have a White Widow, common. No money pieces yet. They're coming though, I assure you.
They are coming. So, booster number 4, you will probably be pretty happy. You got To Me, My Hammer one-shot. You've got Diabolic Bargain one-shot. You've got Swarm of Ants common. You've got Iron Man uncommon. You've got the Cosmic Rider rare, who I think has performed pretty good in all the sealed stuff that we've done. And then you've got the Beta Ray Bill super rare with Stormbreaker, which is one of the better super rares.
I think it's the best super rare. What's better than that? For what he does, what's better than that?
Trying to think off the top of my head now.
Being able to kill power cosmic, and he's got great attack ability. If you equip him with his hammer, which you would, You hit him the first time. He says, "No, you don't. In fact, you're taking damage, and I'm just throwing my hammer away." I mean, what's
Yeah.
better? What's better than him?
I really like Juggernaut. I mean, I don't know. Besides those,
Just not when Joaquin plays.
well, it's hard to play against that stupid Thanos. I mean, try to swing on 8s, and I've got prob. Like you need 8s.
I have to play. I haven't looked at him. I have to. I mean, I've looked at him, but I'd like to go back and I need to see him in action. I haven't played against one or with one. All right, so we got Cosmo Common. This is booster number. What am I on? 5? Yeah, 5. You have a rare Iron Man, a common Query Accuser. You have a common Swarm Advance. You have a Space Gem, and you have a uncommon Star Lord. And that Star Lord's not terrible. It's pretty good.
I've only played with him one time. You're talking about the
Cowboy Star.
Cowboy.
Yeah.
I played with him only in that battle royal, and I hated him because he just can't move and do anything. But
oh, that's something we didn't talk about, guys. So in our battle royal.
yeah, I was gonna bring it up, but
Yeah. In our battle royal Wednesday night, we had 5 or 6 chases. On the board.
5.
We had
Joaquin
5
pulled a Thanos in his pack, and I pulled a God pack.
Yeah, so we had a battle
That's pretty
royal
cool.
with 5 chases on the board. It was That's pretty damn awesome. Okay.
All right, booster number 6. You're gonna be really happy. You've got a common Adaptoid, a common Thieves Guild member, an uncommon Hall of the Accuser, rare Groot, and then you've got the Prime Juggerduck.
There we go.
And then you've also got Shield Throw and Time Gem one-shots.
It's almost a Juggernaut. I haven't seen anybody play with or against the Juggernaut either. Have you?
I haven't either, but I think he's really funny. I don't know if he's going to be amazing, but I think he's going to be really funny to see somebody play with and knock people back 6.
I think he's definitely the most entertaining figure, look wise in the set. All right, so we got this is booster number 7. Yes, you've got a Gamora uncommon. You have a one-shot Pym Particles. You got Giant Man rare. You've got Occult Retribution one-shot, so 2 one-shots in there. You got a Kree Accuser. And did I say Gamora? Yes, I said Gamora. But you also got a super rare. You got Yondu with Yaku Arrow. So that's not bad. I think Nate doesn't like it. I like the Yaku Arrow. I think it's good.
I just think it's too many points for what it's doing. I don't think it's not useful. I just 20 points. All right, who has booster number 8? Whoever has booster number 8, you're also going to be really happy.
Well, I know what it's got to be, so let's look at, let's see who, if you got booster 8, raise your hand so we can see you.
It's right there, Jay.
Jay, who? Where? Jasper Radom?
Jay Major.
Oh, Jay's there tonight? I didn't know that.
Congrats, Jay.
Yeah, congrats, Jay. I didn't know that Jay was bidding or not. He might be in the car, because I thought he was going to New Orleans, but I'm not positive.
He might be bidding from New Orleans.
Might be.
Playing and bidding at the same time.
Well, he might have drove halfway because I think his mother or something lives there, so he may. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, Jay. You got the Collector common, Iron Man Sentry common, White Widow common, the Mantis uncommon, and then you've got the Chase Agatha, and then you've got a I Must Have It one-shot. But Agatha's good.
I think Agatha is good. After we looked it over, I think that she's very playable, and I think I see her being played in the meta. I think she's good. All right, so I've got booster number 9. It's weird being 9 and still having 1 left on the odd number. It's 12 thing. All right, so we got Diabolical Bargain. We have White Widow common. We have Thanos common. We have Gamora uncommon. We have a Kree Soldier common. And we got a good old Drax again leaping at you. She is a rare. Was that a figure? That was a figure.
It was the bottom of one of them.
There's
And yeah, he also somehow fell through the bottom too, probably because the bottom came out. I had a few do that from my case too. That the bottoms were out of the figures inside the thing rattling around. I don't know why.
Where did it go? There it is. So your Kree tried to escape, but we caught him before he could get away. and we're gonna put him back in the box.
All right, booster number 10. You've got a common Adaptoid, a common Rocket, a common Kree Accuser, an uncommon Wasp, and a rare Winter Soldier, and then a Soul Siphon one-shot.
So how many? I pulled Yondu, super rares. How many we pulled? This one. so far.
Yondu, we pulled the Stormbreaker
Okay.
with
Yeah, so we pulled 2.
Juggernaut.
That's just, well, he is a super rare, but it's a
prime.
Just wondering if we had another chance at the bounty or not. All right, so we got a one-shot power gem. We also have our cards all turned around. Monica Rappaccini, uncommon. She's not good for much, is she? For that many points. You got Grizzly, which I read about Grizzly. So Grizzly goes back to the Wild West and with Two Gun Kid, and that is a suit, and it's a suit. And then later on, he gets help with the suit and gets it better. And it's also a modern version of him too. But that is a guy in a bear suit. It's an exoskeleton. Okay. It's supposed to give him super strength and being.
That's not a bad figure. Yeah. I mean, it's not the best figure in the set, but it's a rare. I mean, he's pretty good for what he costs, I think.
Well, I knew nothing about him, so I had to know. So I went and researched him a little bit. So you got Grizzly, rare. You got Thieves Guild, member, common. You got Cosmo. Did I say Cosmo? And Baby Groot. Yep. And that's it.
All right. Kicking off the end of the first brick, booster number 12. You've got a common Collector, an uncommon Iron Man, uncommon Gambit, and then you've got the super rare Thor with Mjolnir.
Ah. Well, we had good super rares in this set. I mean, in this brick, guys, but we did not get the super rare. We wanted to get the one that won the bounty, but we have another brick.
And you've got I must have it, and To Me My Hammer one shot.
There you go. Does the To Me My Hammer come in every Thor brick?
Everyone that I've seen so far has.
Well, it should.
It's pretty cool.
I think it should. So, I mean, it's meant for him, meant for that hammer. All right, so let me add some more pricing in. We will add in another tarot card.
The legacy card.
We got the legacy card, and I do not know how to say that word. Do you know Hierophant? Is that right?
I have no idea.
All right.
Hierophant, maybe.
The Hierophant is what you're getting. That's what we're calling it. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I can't depend on Nate. I brought him in here to be able to.
It almost looks like air, but I don't know.
But Nate is specifically here to be able to do things that I can't, and he's not helping me anymore. So I don't know. All right, so we're gonna do the Ray. DC. He's a DC figure out of what is he out of? What is the Ray out of? Ray is out of Teen Titans.
Jay's happy because he said he needed that.
Good.
Agatha.
We're doing.
Congrats, Jay.
Takeon out of Slosh. What used to be one of my favorite figures many years ago. Let's get back into some DC. Let's do a Grandmaster. He fits tonight. He fits right in. Grandmaster out of Age of Ultron. And let's jump up here. We'll do another sealed one. Let's do. There we go. Let's do Cosmic X-23 from many moons ago. Was a good OP figure. And I think that'll do it. I think that's enough. We'll do one more. I see a Wolverine up here that's catching my eye. So we're going to do Wolverine. This is the Fantastic Four Wolverine out of Galactic Guardians. He's got his Fantastic Four suit on. He had a stint where he was in the Fantastic Four. All right. And I'm going to be doing booster number 13.
13 and
yeah,
odds.
it's confusing with the 12.
13 and odds. I haven't split them up yet, so you have a bunch of evens too.
Yeah, so that's yours. That's three of yours. I got.
These are yours.
This one's yours too. There we go. All right, so I got 13 right here. Again, we have the same bounty figure up. We are looking for Juggernaut. All right, and here we go. We got Soul Siphon, one shot. Then we got a Kree Accuser, common, a Baby Groot, common, an Iron Man, uncommon, an Iron Man Sentry, common, and then an Iron Man Prime. So that's the
big Iron Man pack.
Yep. So yeah, it really was. So that's a prime. You got a prime in that one. Not the best prime, but it is a prime, and Iron Man prime.
I'll tell you afterwards, but so far this is mimicking my brick
Really?
or my case. So I'll tell you afterward
if it is. Well, I mean, I know the things that you showed that to me, so I know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna mimic it, but so I think I know what's coming. But all right, so we're on booster number 14. We've got a common Thieves Guild member, a common Adaptoid, a common Kree Soldier, uncommon Monica Rappaccini, rare Grizzly, and then you've got a Reality Gem one shot.
So when you say it's mimicking your brick, is it mimicking your brick or mimicking your case?
Okay.
Yeah. So the first brick was like the other brick that you had. So far, this one is.
Yeah.
All right. So on this one, look at all the cards turned both ways.
I know.
We've got Giant Man rare. We've got a one-shot Reality Gem, the Collector common, one-shot Pim Particles, Star-Lord uncommon, and then we've got Ulysses Bloodstone and the Bloodstone object. Did you have that?
Yep. Still on.
Well, I know the big one that you got, so I'm wanting to see if that pops up. Then we can say it's a mimicking.
All right, we are on booster number 16. Got a common Kree Accuser, common Swarm of Ants, common Rocket, uncommon Gamora, and then a rare Winter Soldier, and you've got a Evil Entwinement one shot.
All right, on this one, I'm on booster number 17. 17 it is. We have hopefully some good stuff here. We got a Rocket, common. We have a Pin Particles, one shot. Shield Agent, common. Adaptoid, common. Giant Man, rare. And we got Hala, the Accuser, uncommon. So there you go. That was 17.
It didn't mimic it.
Did what?
It didn't. This pack knocked it off of being the same.
Okay.
All right, booster number 18. You've got a common Shield Agent. You've got an uncommon Gamora. You've got a rare Winter Soldier, and then you've got the super rare Ronan the Accuser with the Universal Weapon. Then you've got two one shots, the Soul Siphon and Reality Gem.
So we still haven't pulled the chase out of this brick, and we still are looking for the bounty figure.
Yeah.
So we got a Soul Gem. We got a Swarm of Ants, common, Nebula, uncommon, Drax. There's a lot of Draxes tonight. At least I pulled them. Rares, a Kree Soldier common, and a Cosmo common. So these last boosters have got to be pretty good.
All right. Booster number 20. You've got a common Swarm of Ants, common The Collector, uncommon Mantis, uncommon Gambit, then you've got a super rare Ant-Man, and then you've got Pim Particles one shot and I Must Have It one shot.
All right, so it's getting interesting. Somebody in these last boosters are going to win something good, I think. We got a Soul Gem, one shot. We got a Cosmo common, a Gambit uncommon, Cosmic Rider, possibility there. Rare.
Maybe the bounty.
Maybe, that'd be good. Iron Man common and White Widow common. That's what we got in that one. Could be an Ultra Chase or something too. Somebody gonna be real happy?
Yeah, who has booster number 22?
22 guys. 22 is a big deal. Let me look at results. Who's got 22? Speak up, please. Speak up, please. Do I see it here? Nope, I can't see that one. They're gonna have to speak up. Who's got 22? You're going to be happy. Happy, man. No God packs yet, Dennis. We pulled that last night. Who's got 22? 22. Hey, I forgot something on your invoice too, by the way, Dennis. Or that you just need to, I'll tell you in a minute. You got, I'll just tell you now. It's no big deal. You got 2 boosters you got to pay for, man. Just pay for them on Auxxit and then I'll just ship them. Me. You're going to be very, you're going to be happy. I tell you right now, you're going to be happy. So everybody tell Lethal 1981 congrats as after Nate gets through.
All right, so we'll start with the one shot. You've got a Mind Gem. Then you've got a common Thanos, a common Baby Groot, an uncommon Mantis, a rare Groot, and then you have an Ultra Chase, the Collector.
So as of right now,
I'll take them out of the bubble wrap. There it is.
We have 2. We pulled 2 Ultra Chases online. I pulled 4 Ultra Chases when I did my brick break, and the venue has pulled. I mean, of what we've sold, 1 Ultra Chase, and so maybe more, but at least 1 more Ultra Chase. So that's 7 Ultra Chases that Lucky Dice Games has received so far.
Yeah.
Not bad. All right, so this is booster. This is my last booster. What am I on? 23?
Yeah.
All right. We have a Shield Agent common, Nebula uncommon, one-shot Shield Throw, Thanos common, Cosmic Rider rare, Rocket common.
Damn.
I also saw today, I saw a picture of it, where you can get an Ultra Chase in a possibly.
The Chase boosters.
Yeah, the Chase boosters.
I saw that as well. All right, whoever has booster number 24 is also going to be happy. I didn't do this on purpose, by the way. I didn't open every good pack on purpose.
Well, I don't care. I did last week.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Booster number 24, you've got a one-shot Occult Retribution. You've got a common Thanos, a common Cosmo, a common White Widow, uncommon Wasp, and then another Chase from this brick, Chase Black Panther.
So this brick yielded a Ultra Chase, a Chase, at least 2 super rares.
I think it was the same person, too.
And a Prime.
Might have been the same person. Wait,
I don't know if that's.
I don't know.
We didn't
he
ask.
could have just said.
So who had
again.
number 20? So we can say congrats. Was that you?
Lethal had the last one.
24.
24, yeah.
Who had 24? Do I have that? There it is. Lethal Poison.
Yeah. So you got both.
Lethal Poison. Congrats.
You had a good night.
Yep, you did. That's a Chase and a Prime and a Ultra Chase. Not bad at all.
No.
All right, with that, we're going to say good night. My mouth is parched. I cannot wait to get something to drink. I am thirsty, man. I've been sitting here, God, I want this thing to end so I can get something to drink. I didn't have anything in front of me. But anyway, good night, everybody. We will see you next week. If you guys would please go ahead and get your boosters and stuff all paid for so we can ship out next week and get all your goodness to you, that would be fantastic. I think some people were waiting to pay from Wednesday night so they can combine with tonight, which is all fine and dandy. But anyways, let's get everything caught up, please. Dennis, you got 2 boosters. I was mentioning if you're still there that haven't been paid for yet, that I will, that if you just pay for them, I'll send them with your stuff. I was going to invoice you on them, but I forgot. So if you would just pay for them here, that'd be great. Good night, everybody, and thank you. Everybody have a good weekend. Next week will be Super Bowl weekend, so maybe we'll cook up something special for that weekend. Do something. I don't know what. Maybe we'll figure some AFC, NFC thing out, or I don't know, something or other. All right. Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Yeah. He says,
Yeah, 2 super rares and a prime. I'm happy, so thanks. Well, we are happy that you're happy.